You know that saying that says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, to me, that's what the Kung Fu Panda trilogy so far has been like. It hasn't broke, so don't fix it. It's consistent each and every time. Hey, everybody, I'm Jesse.
And I'm Addie.
And we just came back from watching Kung Fu Panda 4.
Four.
And I just realized I said trilogy at the beginning.
Yeah.
Quadrilogy? I don't
Trilogy
know.
with a sequel.
Anthology is what they call it, I guess, at this point. But yeah, Kung Fu Panda was good. It was witty and silly, just as you remember the previous 3 films being, or would expect it to be if you haven't seen any of the other 3 films. Jack Black is Jack Black. He's got his little wits and punchlines and proverbs that they were spitting out this whole film. I was trying to think of a proverb, or we were trying to think of a proverb to start this video with, but we couldn't remember. But they were funny. They were funny little proverbs, little life lessons that they were sharing. Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't watched the first couple movies. I'm sure I watched the first one at some point, but I don't remember. But you don't need to watch any of the previous films to understand this one, which I thought was nice. Apparently there's some returning characters, and they sprinkle in a couple of like historical knowledge type of details, but it made me want to watch the first 3 movies. So I think that's a win.
Yeah, I think the way at least I remember them being is kind of like they're loosely tied together, and it does help if you've seen the previous ones. But I feel like if you just walk into this one, it's enjoyable and it's understandable. It makes you be like, oh, who was that guy in the previous film? But it's not that big of a deal. But talking on the other films, I'd have to say this one is probably my favorite villain that we've had to date, and setup. Like the setup as we were going through it, it was entertaining to see it unravel. Some of the other ones were kind of just from the get go. You knew it was either just it was pretty plain. There wasn't much to the villain's like big plan, and this one had a little bit more of a plan that you didn't just see coming from the get go. So yeah.
But yeah, I thought the character. I'm sure it's been in the.
I don't know if it's been in the trailer, but doesn't the villain is what you're gonna?
No, not the villain. The little fox.
Oh, the little fox.
Yeah, which is Aquafina. I thought
very recognizable.
Yeah, immediately recognizable. I knew nothing about this movie, and I was like, I know who that is. But I thought their character was like pretty interesting. There's like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some fun twists and turns to their character. And whole character arc.
Yeah.
Redemption.
I was like, as soon as I heard her voice, I was like, they gave her another little thief, because in that other universe, I think it's also Universal DreamWorks movie, the bad guys. Remember the one with the fox and the little spider and the shark that we saw here at home? She plays a spider that's a thief. And so, yeah, I thought it was funny that they gave her another cartoon thief character. Yeah.
I thought it was a good voice for the character. I also thought the villain or the person who voiced the villain was a very, very good pick.
Perfect, yeah. I heard her voice and I was like, couldn't have done it better. Couldn't have done it better.
She strikes fear in people.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love her. I love her acting. She's fantastic. But yeah, one of the other things I appreciate about this film has some very nice animation for. Again, I don't know if the main villains. I don't think they've been in the trailer, because I think it's supposed to be a bit of a review. Like at least it doesn't like come off with like, oh, they're this, because.
No spoilers.
Yeah. But the animation they used for that character, very nice transitions, I guess I could say, as for how they use their power or their ability.
Yes.
That's a good way to put it, without giving anything away. But yeah, very fun villain, very cool. And on the talks of animation, I'm glad that they kept the animation the same throughout the film, because we're at a point right now in time where everybody's trying to bank on that 2D comic style hand-drawn look from the Spider-Verse, which is okay. I don't hate it, but I hate that everybody's trying to copy it now, which again, DreamWorks is coming out with a new robot movie. I don't think you're paying attention to the trailer or not, but it's also like in that style, which like I said, I like. As an artist, I appreciate it, but I hate that everybody's just going on that trend. So I like seeing Kung Fu Panda and be like, oh,
Yes,
break,
finally.
a break from that.
3D characters. He's
It
very
feels
round.
tangible.
I want to
So
just
again,
squish him.
not hating on the 2D art style. I like the change of pace, but this can't just slap it on everything. At least to me. So I enjoyed being able to watch this film and see it for enjoy it for its classic 3D art style that we've come to know and love. But yeah, any thoughts on the animation?
I like that. I really do prefer 3D animation. I don't like the 2D, so I'm glad they kept it that way. And I thought all of the like little flares or touches or whatever that they would do.
Yes.
Like there's a specific scene where there's like a drawing on a wall in a street, and that looks like sketched versus everything else looks like 3D animated. I thought that was nice.
I do like that they incorporate in the sense of like comic style when they're like gonna fight or something and do kind of like a Mortal Kombat or what's the other one, Street Fighter kind of thing, where it's like
I was thinking of
like
what was that game with the fruits ninja something?
Fruit ninja. Yeah. And they like kind of like, but on the screen they're like, you see the faces. It's got like these little like jagged cuts. I'm pretty sure they've done it since the beginning, but it's nice. It's got that flair in there of like it's not just in that world. But yeah, I guess from that we can move on to ratings.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go first.
I give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was cute. Seemed funny, but it was just like a movie. I don't think
it is a movie.
I wouldn't want to like rewatch it. It was just it made me chuckle a couple times, but I wasn't like super excited. I barely even knew we were watching this today. Overall, not bad. I kind of want to see the other 3 movies just to know what's going on. I will say my favorite character is the Goose Dad.
Oh, I've loved the Goose Dad. I forget who plays the
silly.
Goose Dad, but I've loved him in every movie. He is adorable, endearing, and silly.
Yeah,
I love him. Yeah. So I'd give this movie a solid 7. I would say an 8, but it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. It's their tried and true formula. You've got a villain, you've got a bit of a plan. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small.
They go on a quest.
And yeah, they go on a quest. It's like I said at the beginning, it's a tried and true formula. They're not straying away from that, and it's fine. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So it works, and it's funny. Jack Black is funny. They always give him a good script to work with. His delivery is good, and it gets me every time. It makes me laugh every time, and I love a good silly cartoon. The only reason I drop it back down to a 7 is because I don't remember if I feel the same way about the other movies, but the way this movie was leading, it had quite a few reviews along the way. Not quite a few, a couple reviews. And I felt like they were quite predictable, or maybe it's just I never noticed that before, where I was thinking yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, am I
Kids wouldn't have noticed.
I was like, am I thinking too much into this movie? But there was like a couple of spots where I was like, I know where this is going. I know where that's going. So it was a little bit predictable, but it didn't kill the vibe of the film. It was still very enjoyable. But for that, I'd keep it at a 7. They're not films, again, like you said, it's not a film I'm gonna like revisit or anything, but it's a good fun time. It's gonna enjoy. Anybody's going to enjoy the film. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you said it best when you said you didn't have to think, even though I don't really think when I'm watching movies. But you said that you didn't have to think when you were watching this movie versus other movies where you have to think about watching movies.
Yeah, in a world where right now where I think everything that comes out has to be critically acclaimed and a big blockbuster and everything, it was nice to see something where you could just shut off your brain for a little bit and relax.
Brain break.
And wasn't a blockbuster, to be honest, because
we were the only people
our theater we were empty. I don't know if that's the case everywhere else, but I hope
also,
it gets some support because it's a good film.
It was also our theaters split up into 2 hallways, like the blockbuster hallway and then the et al hallway, and they were with the others.
Yeah, they were already on the other hallway to begin with. So it's also not a good time for release. You've got Dune.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to see that regardless of who they are. If they got kids, they're like, you're staying home. We'll see Kung Fu Panda when it comes out on Voodoo. So Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I had
Yeah.
some good laughs. It was chill, comforting, nice to watch a little cartoon. So yeah, if you check out Kung Fu Panda, if you've hopefully you've already caught Dune. We didn't talk about Dune because I don't think we'd go as in depth as some other reviewers.
Was so lost for all
Um,
3 hours.
it was good, but it was at least it was hard to keep up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so we leave that to the experts. Uh, but if you've already seen Dune and you've got something next on your list to watch, or you want to watch something else, Kung Fu Panda was fun. Check it out. And if you do, come back here. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Till next time.